Hey, welcome to the Michelle Mission 2 Men 1 podcast. Every black film ever made. My name is Len, aka the Bat Tribble. And as always, I'm joined in this lovely StreamYard by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are making a long anticipated and much appreciated, I believe, return to the Binge Lounge.
The Binge Lounge.
Where Vince and I sit down and just riff and talk, go through listener emails. We got some fun topics for things to talk about from each and every one of you. And we hope that you enjoy what we're going to do tonight because we're doing it anyway.
That's nice. That's good.
I'm sorry. I guess that was a little, yeah, whatever. But first, as always,
we're going to do it and you're going to take it. That's nice. That's good customer service.
But as always, we like to say hello to each and every one of you out there watching us as we are streaming live via StreamYard on YouTube as well on Facebook into the Michelle Mission Facebook group, onto the Michelle Mission YouTube channel, and in the Tribble Nation Facebook group and the Black Tribbles YouTube channel. Hello to each and every one of you, Robert Monroe, Aaron Fry, Deborah Battle, and all of you out there.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Good to see you.
What's up, Vince? How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. You know, it's a little hot, a little warm outside, but it's
just a tad bit.
But it's summertime.
Right. It comes with the season.
Really complain about, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty well. And as hot as it is, I don't feel like I'm in a position to argue about the heat because, you know, this show does not just go out to Philadelphia where we live. This goes out worldwide.
Yes.
And to our missionaries out there on the West Coast, they've got it. I think it's like 184. Out there.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's all relative.
Very good. Very good. So I'm not going to complain about them at all. Thank you, Vince, for coming back to the Binge Lounge.
Yes. Yeah.
That's just what I want to say.
No.
Because I've been dragging you for at least 4 months.
Look, they keep I feel like Lucy on the whatchamacallit belt,
on the conveyor belt,
on the
with
conveyor
the
belt. Like these beautiful chocolate bonbon movies just keep coming out. So it's like to step away from the conveyor belt when it's all this beautiful chocolate. Just come. I mean, it's the harder they fall. The trailer just dropped. The new Candyman trailer dropped.
That's true.
I mean, there's so much, and that's all. That's all.
Whatever.
That's all.
Bullshit you're slinging.
I'm not slinging. You know, I like to talk about the movies.
I like to talk about the movies too, but I like to just sit.
We had a random, almost 15-minute conversation about Bring It On before we start taping. We couldn't even do business because I wanted to talk about Bring It On.
That's true. But you had there was an interesting reason why you wanted to talk about Bring It On.
Yes.
And I want to get into that.
Okay.
So let's get into it. Let's get into this Bring It On.
Well, did you want to do letters? Like
no, let's go straight
when we
there.
do Binge Lounge, it's always so well structured. And
I know.
You know, I know you have an outline over there of what we listened to.
Please. Yeah, I shot you an outline. You was like, I don't know. So
approved topics for the Binge Lounge. It's like, what are we, the McLaughlin group? Or what is
I'm trying to embed a little bit of structure into what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
LSG. Levert?
No,
Keith Sweat.
That's a topic for later on.
Who was the third member of LSG? Oh no, it's not, because I don't even want to talk about who was the G.
Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill. Who had the most product in their hair? Let's begin.
That was not the conversation. That's not the conversation.
Jonathan Harkins, representing the Harkins group.
Tell the listeners, tell the missionaries,
yes.
Tell them about your Bring It On-ish TikTok controversy.
Yes. If people have been paying attention, I've been slowly but surely over the past year putting together a case for Bring It On.
Yes.
And bringing it to the mission.
Right.
And
the film Bring It On. The Kirsten Dunst joint.
Yes, or the Gabrielle Union joint. Although you're right. I mean, you're right. I'm pretty sure Kirsten Dunst is the headliner. And I have to put together a case because it's her film and it really follows her. But the main thrust of the film, the conflict of the film, really falls into our wheelhouse. So I've been slowly but surely putting together a Bring It On case, and it was relevant this week for our. We usually do things for our younger missionaries, but now we'll talk about for our older missionaries. Including Len. I had to explain it to Len just now too.
You didn't have to. Well, okay,
hey man,
you did.
I got a teenager in my house.
That's true. I don't.
So right on TikTok.
Do you have a TikTok?
Of course not.
Okay.
Come on, stop. I barely have a face. Do I have a TikTok?
Very true.
On TikTok, apparently, Black kids, Black creatives, Black artists have created dances. They come up with dances and they create dances to a song. Like a song will come out and then the kids will make a dance.
Right.
And that has been going on, I guess, since TikTok. However long that has been.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Apparently, what has been happening, and I started this, I'm going to say what I said to you, that it's the same song with a new varnish.
Oh, okay.
Black kids come up with dances, and then white TikTokers come and copy the dances.
Right. I see that. Yeah, this is what they do.
But then they monetize it. So there's this whole vein of white TikTok that these white TikTokers get these huge
because it gets monetized based on how many views they get and all that type of stuff.
They get all these followers and they get production deals and all these other deals. And the flashpoint happened, I guess, a few months ago. There's a white TikToker. It's a young woman named Addison Rae.
Okay.
And she went on Jimmy Fallon and on the Tonight Show.
Okay.
And did all of these TikTok dances.
Okay.
There was no mention of where she got the dances because apparently she has never come up with a dance.
Whoa. Back up a little bit. Because I think so this young white girl who appropriated all these dances from TikTok was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Look, she has millions of followers. Like she's an actual person in this world.
Wow.
She goes on Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon does his Jimmy Fallon. So show us the dances.
Right.
She shows him the dances. They have their little segment. Segment is over. No mention of the fact that the people who came up with these dances, mostly if not entirely Black TikTokers, don't get this shine at all.
Is she on there? I don't know if you watched the whole thing.
I'm about to say you got a lot of follow-up questions right now. There's a lot of follow-up questions.
Sorry, I got questions. I'm just like, is she out there actually presenting herself as the originator of the dance?
I don't think she is.
Okay.
Look, this the little dancey dance. Addison Rae is the big Tom TikToker who does the little dancey dances.
Right.
We have her on here to show us the little dancey dances.
Okay.
Jimmy Fallon flails around. They do their little stuff. Segment's over. But now millions of people who don't know anything about this now see this white girl who did the little dancey dances. And although she didn't say, I came up with this, I don't know if she said, I didn't come up with this.
Right, exactly.
Like she just did a little dancey dance. Huge controversy. Afterwards, Jimmy Fallon has to circle back. There's a segment later on, a week later, 2 weeks later.
Of course, it's not that same episode.
He brings on the Black TikTokers who started the dances, but now it's a consolation prize.
Exactly.
So again, there's this whole field of these white TikTokers, and this is, you've seen this on Instagram. You see it. I mean, Look, you go.
It's a tale as old as time.
It's a tale as old as time. Somewhere Pat Boone is sitting in his mansion and not understanding any of this that's going on, and eating gold and silver sandwiches.
I actually believe he's no longer with us, Pat Boone.
Okay, then Pat Boone's grandchildren are sitting somewhere eating gold and silver sandwiches.
True.
So apparently, the way this works, a song comes out, the black TikTokers come up with a dance for the song.
Right.
All right. That's the way it works.
Right.
Megan Thee Stallion just came out with a song.
Okay.
Black TikTokers said, we ain't doing no dance. We're on strike. Because every time we do something, these white kids come in, they take it again.
And they go blow up.
And now it's sort of flaying around. And the reason, just to bring it all the way back to Bring It On.
Yes, because all roads lead to Bring It On.
All roads lead to Bring It On. I texted you a meme that I saw where the meme said, people said, why are black TikTokers upset? And the person in the meme answered, this picture explains it all. And it's a shot from Bring It On. There's a part in Bring It On where Kristen Dunst's cheerleading squad is doing, because that's the plot of Bring It On. Kristen Dunst goes to like an upper middle class rich school. There's a cheerleading squad there that is a champion cheerleading squad.
Right.
And Kristen Dunst has just become the cheer captain, but come to find out that the reason the team is so amazing is because the past captain was sneaking across town and stealing the routines from a black cheer squad.
Of course.
Led by Gabrielle Union.
Of course. There we go.
So there's a shot in the meme where at one point in the movie, Gabrielle Union's squad comes to a game. They go up into the stand and they do the same routine in sync with the white girls because it's their routine.
Exactly.
And the meme said, this tells you everything you need to know about why black TikTokers are on strike, which now again is part of our sort of ongoing conversation that comes up periodically over the past year or so. I say, Bring It On is quietly pretty relevant.
That's true. That's it. See, wow. I think you have won. I believe you've made the case for Bring It On.
Made the case for Bring It On
to be here. So if nothing else comes out of this controversy, there's that.
So I'm not against the binge lounge. I just love the movie so much that we just talk about the movie. Like I said, we were supposed to be doing business and we was talking about movies like the people watching saw before we came on. I'm steadily writing something down on the calendar because you wanted to conduct business 3 minutes before we went on because we spent 20 minutes talking about Bring It On.
Just shooting the shit. That's what we did. I'm sorry. Let's see. Speaking of emails, as you were earlier, Janine Batiste hit us up.
Hey, Janine.
Hey, guys. I enjoyed the new edition episode on the first time I heard. She
Excellent.
Heard us on the first time I heard.
Listen to the other episodes.
Yes, they're all great.
Has quite a podcast.
She says that as a member of Gen X.
All right. My people. Our people.
That's true. Their music is definitely the soundtrack to my upbringing. Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Most definitely. And she said she wanted to include a few TV series for the upcoming Binge Lounge episode. And two of these series are ones that you, I believe, have watched, if not in totality, certainly more than I.
Okay.
Matter of fact, all three of these.
Okay.
So let's start with the Upshaws on Netflix, which I know that you did watch.
And it got renewed.
And that did get renewed.
Yes, it did.
Unlike
Dad Don't Embarrass.
It's Dad Stop Embarrassing Me, the Jamie Foxx show, which did not get renewed.
Yes.
And which I told you I didn't feel was a fully fleshed show. The Upshaws, did you finish the Upshaws?
I absolutely finished it.
So and it ends strong?
It ends stronger.
Really?
Than it started.
Well, that's what you want.
It ends stronger than it started. I'm looking forward to the second season.
And how about Underground Railroad, the Underground Railroad on Amazon?
I have to say I drifted off in the middle of Underground Railroad because it started spending more time with one of the characters than I wanted.
Okay.
So then I just got distracted, but still beautiful.
I still have only watched the first episode. I want to return to it, but again, it's one of those series that I feel like I've got to be in a right frame of mind.
It's still a tough series
to sit and watch.
Yeah.
And it also speaks to something else, but I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And then she brings up the Equalizer.
I've only seen like one episode of the Equalizer.
I mean, isn't that pretty?
Or as
like,
we call it in my house, Latifalizer.
Ah, nice. I see what you did there.
I took the word Latifa and the word Equalizer and I squeezed them together.
Thank you for mansplaining. We also heard from Ashley Saunders.
Hey, Ashley.
Who had a couple of Binge Lounge topics. And now, first of all, Binge Lounge is about us just shooting the shit. So Ashley had these topics. 1, top 5 Black comic characters. 2, top 5 comic book characters with Black creators. 3, favorite comic book artists and Black comic book artists and writers. And 4, current comics with Black characters that you are currently reading. Ashley, I just need to let you see how the sausage is made. Vince hates lists.
I do.
So if you ever, if like, dude, I could bring up a whole notebook of ideas for us to talk about that Vince like, no.
It's all BuzzFeedy. Which friend are you on Girlfriends? And what does it tell us about how you like guacamole? Take our quiz and see.
You hate lists.
I will say this though.
What will you say, Vince?
One of her questions gives us a chance to always shine light and current. She said one of the questions, number 4, was current Black series.
Current comics with Black characters that you are currently reading. Yes.
I think we said it before, but I don't think I don't think you can say it too much. Excellence.
Yes, you said that.
And Bitterroot.
And I shouted out Far Sector.
Shadow Doctor.
Shadow Doctor, is that the one the guy is all in black and he's got the whites?
No. Shadow Doctor is the
no. The autobiography of that doctor.
Of the doctor, apparently Al Capone.
Al Capone's doctor
had a Black doctor.
Yes. I did read the first issue of that.
And it's a true story. So,
yes.
And I think the guy's grandson is writing it.
Yeah.
Shadow Doctor is fantastic.
Yeah. Like the back matter in the back of that first issue, which explains that story, is like almost as good as the comic book itself.
Shadow Doctor is fantastic.
Yeah, I did read that. That is pretty dope. That's a good one. That's a good pull, Vince.
Yeah.
Well done, my friend.
I'm trying to think of stuff that comes out regularly. Like you want to say like the Tuskegee Heirs or Black.
Or Black.
Right, Black, but they don't come out. They don't come out kind of sporadic.
It's sporadic. Yeah. Well, I will give you a cool book. It's not a regular comic book, but it is a cool graphic novel, and it actually, if you can see it here behind me, I'll actually get it out so I can show it to Vincent. It's called Infinitum by Tim Fielder.
Oh, okay.
Of Diesel Funk Studios out of New York. It is a fantastic Afrofuturistic tale, an amazing tale of one man's odyssey from African king to ruler of the stars, told with breathtaking visuals. And that's from the noted comic strip artist Jerry Kraft. That's what he wrote in the forward. Okay. I'm gonna send this to Vince.
All right,
Vince, you tell people, does this have breathtaking visuals?
It does.
Yes, all digital art by Tim Fielder. It is a fantastic, gorgeous book.
All right,
a nice piece of work that is put there. Original graphic, Afrofuturistic novel. Robert Monroe Jr. actually is a fan of the book and said that Infinitum is great.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to pick this up. I hadn't seen this before. Okay,
yeah, that's a dope.
It seems like it goes without saying, but things don't go without saying if you don't say them. Ta-Nehisi Coates just finished his run on Black Panther, and the second book is just science fiction magnificence.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the interstellar kingdom of Wakanda.
Somebody told me that my friend Noel actually told me that along with his run on Black Panther, Ta-Nehisi Coates actually is or was doing great stuff on Captain America.
Captain America, yeah, really interesting stuff.
Yeah,
really interesting stuff on Captain America.
All right, so I have to check that out.
I get the sense he's wrapping up his time in comic books.
Yeah, well,
and but it'll live forever,
and that's why you do it.
Right, but much like Far Sector, it's
N.K. Jemisin's.
Right, N.K. Jemisin's. It's kind of neat to see these really well-regarded writers in real straight-ahead mainstream comic books.
Well, I like it because for a long time, comics has made a habit of doing this, but just with white writers.
Right.
So I like for them to go to the other side of the street.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that.
Right.
George Kimona out there in the chats also said that the follow-up to Black White drops this week.
Okay. Excellent. But thank you. That was Ashley.
Ashley Saunders actually was the one who gave us those many lists, and of which we answered one.
Thank
you. There you
Ashley.
go. So you are welcome. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, you alluded to this earlier, but I thought this is not a list type of thing, Vince.
Okay.
But I think it's kind of cool.
Okay.
And this comes.
Who are you on the Boondocks? And what does it say about the sneakers that you wear?
This comes from actually a friend of mine.
Okay.
Joy. We were talking about, because we were talking about New Edition and we somehow drifted into Gerald Levert and LSG and the ill-fated TGT, which was
TSG.
No, it's TGT. It was Tank, Genuine.
Oh, right. The
Tyrese.
other group, TS. Yes.
Which aside,
and I have an aside too, but you do your aside.
As an aside, I saw the infamous performance of TGT when they were on some live morning show.
Yeah.
And Genuine was apparently, in his words, tired from catching a red eye.
Yes.
But I think he
had, easy, allegedly. I mean, you said I think, but easy. But yes.
Okay. All right.
I saw that too. I actually just saw an interview with Genuine. Like, I think God is playing with me now. Genuine shows up in my life so much now.
What was he on the interview
for?
Well,
I saw an interview where they asked him
what happened to TGT.
What happened to TGT? Because apparently the people want to know.
Well, the YouTube joint's got 2 million
views. Right. The people want TGT. But he was talking about basically, and this is out of Genuine's mouth. He said the money wasn't right. He said when they came into it, apparently Tyrese said that he wanted more money than everybody else.
Well, you gotta,
and then it was a money thing between Tank, Tyrese, and Genuine.
An argument can be made, right? If you look at Tank, Genuine, Tyrese.
I'm not going to sit here and talk about the music and sales of Tank, Tyrese.
Well, I'm just saying the argument can be made that Tyrese is the bigger name.
I mean, apparently, according to Genuine, the first album, Tyrese got a bigger cut because of
the first album.
Because of the arguments you're about to make. And then, Tyrese is basically a multimedia dude because he's got movies and everything. And the agreement was, we're going to cut it up like this to get it done. Okay. But the second album,
we're going to even it out.
We're going to even it out. And apparently, Genuine had a conversation with Keith Sweat, which is the only reason I'm telling this story, because I wanted to say that sentence. Apparently, Genuine had a conversation with Keith Sweat, and Keith Sweat told him, that's no way to do it. You guys split it. It's supposed to be split evenly between the three of you. Otherwise, why are you doing it? That's so then negotiations fell apart, which is why now there's no TGT. So now we're talking about New Edition, the Fugees, TGT.
It comes in threes.
It comes in three.
My problem with Tank.
Oh my God, we are still
is that
talking
Tank,
about TGT.
Well, it's not about TGT. It's more about Tank.
We're talking about Tank. I didn't see my day unfolding like this.
Because,
I got more.
Well, no, because I hear a lot of people talk about they enjoy the music of Tank, and
do you?
I do
a lot.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
hey,
look. I hear. I'm
yes.
not. I know of several women who enjoy the music of Tank.
Yes. Yes.
But I wondered, why didn't Tank blow up?
I'm not taking that bait.
Well, I actually haven't thought about this.
Okay, what is what is your Tank theory?
I think he didn't blow up because Tank looks like a porn star.
Would you care to elaborate on your theory that Tank did not blow up in the world of early aughts R&B because he looked as if he starred in pornographic films?
He does. He looks, because if you look at the average black male porn star, they're a nice-ish looking guy, but there's something just a little left of them.
That instead of doing Shakespeare in the Park,
right,
they ended up in porn.
They ended up in porn.
Okay.
And Tank
is right there. He's right there.
He's just a little. He looks like he should have on a G-string. He just looks like a porn star.
That's your theory,
and that's what I think. You don't take him seriously when he's singing these love songs
because it looks like he should be delivering a pizza with extra sausage,
the big sausage pizza,
or he's here to fix your plumbing.
Yes.
Or he's here to clean your pipes.
Yeah, he does look like Wesley Pipes. If you put Tank and Wesley Pipes together, side by side.
Wesley Pipes, who's a porn star who kind of looks like he would have been in regular movies, but instead of Wesley Snipes,
right,
he's Wesley Pipes.
Because if you notice,
that's a play on words.
If you notice, every porn star,
it's kind of like Equalizer.
Every black male porn star has a record. They have a CD.
Oh, I thought you meant a criminal record. I was like, you shouldn't cast aspersions on these.
No,
men.
they have an actual CD.
They have a CD. Like
they actually do the soundtrack to their.
They do the soundtrack,
movies.
So they're multimedia.
Exactly.
They kind of do it all,
and that's
I
think Tank gets lumped into that.
It's like in the tradition of Oscar Michelle.
And then when you think of his name sounds
Tank
like,
sounds sort of a porny.
Exactly.
It sounds porny. Yeah. So that's your theory. That's your theory. Is it too late to do the list? This is the binge lounge you've been trying to get me to do for this.
Miss McKeeva says, let me tell you what. Tank gets the ladies from 18 to 88. I thought he was going to be my stepdaddy when I took my mama to a show.
Okay.
See?
Look. Hey man, look.
And he could have if you had gone backstage.
Oh no.
where the cameras were rolling.
Oh no. This is okay. Well, I wish Tank well.
Where Tank was filming backstage booty number 4.
Oh my goodness.
Down in the Dell.
Oh. This is terrible.
Rudell Scrivens, I think I've touched on something. Oddly enough, this came up in a conversation recently. There's some research I've been told that men in porn are only so good looking because men watching porn prefer to feel relatable to the men, so they can't be too model-esque.
Are still talking about this. Well, there you go. You may have tapped
I've tapped the vein.
You really? and now
Tank said, "Ouch."
This is terrible. This is terrible.
But my question from Joy. In thinking of groups akin to TGT and LSG, she wondered if you could create, or if there could be created a similar songstress supergroup. You know what I mean?
From what's the
from just like some
what's the
female
air?
singers?
Like what's the air?
Well, in my mind,
because let me just tell you, in my mind, like both of those examples were singers really almost trying
to keep it going,
right? To keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't like you know. I think there's a difference between, I don't know, like. Well, here's something. Has there been a black supergroup?
What do you mean?
Like you think of like a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, who like they were artists and then they came together and became a juggernaut.
Yeah, but
like, has there been a black version of that didn't involve like Tank?
Well,
or Keith Sweat.
Wait a minute. Here's the problem with your Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young analogy is that while they were individual artists, I think they were significantly bigger together.
No. Right, absolutely. But they were like they had. Like
did they? Because I don't know any of their music. I don't know any of their solo music.
They were a deal.
Okay,
they were a deal, or I can't think of another group like Milestone in Soul Food.
Okay,
which remember it was like the dude from After Seven. And I forget who else, was fictional for the movie.
Right.
But what's a case of?
I don't know if there's ever been
a black super group.
I don't think there's been one that did anything.
I know in hip hop they keep
hip hop has tried,
right? Like Common. I know Common and Black Thought and like maybe not Most Def, but like they've all threatened to kind of come together and make a super group. And
what's his name a group for a minute? Foxy Brown and the Commission. It was Foxy Brown.
It's like Jay-Z.
But it wasn't Jay-Z. It was Foxy.
No. Is that the Commission or the Firm?
Maybe it was the Firm. Maybe
so it was like
Firm.
AZ.
Right. It was AZ, Foxy Brown, and
was it Nas?
I think it was Nas.
I think it was Nas.
I think it was
tell
Nas.
You my brother is the world's biggest AZ fan.
Him and his mama.
It's the most bizarre thing. Like
that's a real deep cut.
You're the biggest fan of the dude who's always standing next to Nas.
Right.
Like I always thought AZ's worst decision was to always be standing next to Nas.
Yeah.
Like go stand next to somebody else.
Well, he tries standing
that you're better than.
He tries standing next to Foxy Brown.
Right.
She took his light too.
Right. Did they ever release anything?
I know they hit it. I think they did a single. I don't think they ever did anything.
Right. Like they never did an album.
I don't think they ever did an album.
Right.
I don't know if there really was a super group. I mean, Stetsasonic tried to be a super group. I mean, they purported themselves to be.
How
a super
would they
group.
have been a super group?
Well, the idea was that they were the idea was that they were all going to later do solo things.
No. I'm not talking about like the Wu-Tang.
I know you talking about
Clan New Edition formula.
Right.
Where we were so like we went out and became
right.
I'm talking about we were big
and then we
came together and joined forces.
I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head. You would think that in hip hop it might have happened, but like you said, it was always alluded to.
Right.
But it never came to pass, I don't know. But to Joy's question, you were asking me about errors for this Songstress Super-Group. I didn't necessarily pull the group together. But thinking 70s, 80s, let me just say this. The first person that came to my mind was Stephanie Mills. Like Stephanie Mills was someone who was big, but I think that if in a group setting where maybe she doesn't have to be the upfront person all the time, she might actually benefit it from that. You know, I just couldn't think of who else might fit with her. I was thinking maybe Jean Carn, Angela Bofield.
Jean Carn, my father-in-law's favorite singer.
There's a lot of people like, I love myself some Jean Carn.
I thought that was random too. You talking about AZ? It's like AZ and Jean Carn. What if AZ and Jean Carn made an album together, and my father-in-law and my brother went and saw the show?
They'd have their choice of seats. That's not fair. That's not fair. Jean Carn would have about 5 fans there. Yeah, AZ would be standing next to Jean Carn. But what do you think? What do you think? Angela Bofield. Oh. Stephanie Mills. Angela Bofield. Evelyn Champagne King.
Sure, why not?
Oh, Vince, you just don't like. You don't like to play.
You
don't want to play.
I don't.
You don't want to play.
I don't. But like we talked about.
I think that would be a full. I think that would be a cool group.
There's 3 women that can sing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there would be a nice balances of
I can
voices.
see what you're doing with the voices. Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
Evelyn Champagne King come with the funk.
Right. Maybe the closest that there was Wonder Love. Like Stevie Wonder's backup singer. So like Denise Williams was in Wonder Love. I don't know if Sarita Wright was technically in Wonder Love, but she was married to Stevie. Minnie Riperton, I believe, sang backup at some point, maybe. And if she didn't, she was around.
Well, Minnie Riperton, she was the front for a group. What was the group?
No, she was in the Rotary Connection.
That's what it was.
But she also, I don't know if she sang backup for Stevie, but she was around, like she was in that orbit.
Well, the Jones Girls sang backup for Diana Ross.
Right.
And then they, you know.
But I'm talking about like
I know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
So.
All right. You're no fun.
Anyway. I'm lots of fun.
Somebody said Anita Baker. Anita Baker.
Oh, easy. Don't you?
No. I love myself. Okay. The Anita Baker is my second favorite singer of all time. Right, Anita Baker, could not see working well.
I was about to say, I don't know if Anita Baker plays well with others.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not it. That's not it. She don't play well with Luther. She plays well with others.
I don't know how much.
But I don't think she would do well in a group.
I don't know how much Anita Baker sends Christmas cards to Chapter 8, the band she was in.
Oh, well.
Like, I don't know how much they get along.
That might be true, too.
Yeah.
That might be true.
But she don't have to because she Anita Baker.
Yeah, Anita Baker, no. She ain't got no time.
Anita Baker do whatever she wants.
Deborah Battle is asking us a question. I think this is a question more for you, Vince. Have you heard of the documentary Summer of Soul?
Yes, I have. We were it's coming out like next week or something. That's the Questlove documentary about the performance that was in Harlem in 1969.
Oh, I think I read an article about that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay.
Really, I think it's going to be on like Hulu too.
Maurice Poplar was talking about.
Hey, what's up, Maurice?
Talking about the supergroups. He posits LaBelle.
LaBelle is kind of a super group. That's a good pull
because it was Patty,
Nona Hendricks, and Stacey Dash. Not Stacey Dash. Stacey Dash. Sarah Dash. Is it Sarah?
I don't know the third LaBelle. I don't know the third LaBelle.
I get confused because I know, was Cindy Birdsong in LaBelle or was she in the Bluebells?
Cindy Birdsong was. I don't think she was in the Wasn't she?
I thought she was in the Bluebells and joined the Supremes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. I know her from the Supremes. It was Sarah Dash.
Sarah Dash, right? And Cindy Birdsong, since you're on it,
and Cindy Birdsong
was in
the founding members were Patti LaBelle.
Yes, Cindy Birdsong. That's right.
Nona Hendricks and Sarah Dash.
But then Cindy Birdsong left and joined the Supremes.
Okay,
and then I think the last 3 were LaBelle.
Right. You're right. Because it was Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, and then
that's right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the closest I can come up with.
Does Sarah Dash have any solo?
I don't know.
music?
See, that's what I was about to say. Like, I don't know of Sarah Dash. They're not even referencing everything they're referencing with her either singing with LaBelle or singing as a in bands or writing.
What happened to Sarah Dash?
I
mean, I know she's alive because LaBelle just had an album like 10 years ago.
She's worked as a singer, songwriter, session musician, and sideman for LaBelle, the Rolling Stones, and Keith Richards.
Okay.
So she's doing
That's a
thing.
good pull.
Doing her thing.
That's a good pull.
Yeah. I think that might be the closest that I can.
I mean, all three members of Destiny's Child have, and not even three members, because I think was it Farrah Franklin? I think she's had solo. Like,
yeah,
Destiny's
but
Child has had a bunch of.
Yeah, but a lot of them have put out work, but to fair to middling success.
I mean,
the only one that's had any real success was Kelly.
Kelly
had success, and Michelle. I think
didn't she have like a gospel career?
Michelle had a gospel album that did okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it's not like she didn't do like Winans numbers or anything like that, but she did okay. Yeah, because Beyonce wasn't going to let them get so big.
Easy.
I just how I feel about it.
Right.
Beyonce had them stilettos on that neck.
Right.
Dog, trust. Right. And her father had his wingtips. Janine said, "Oh, the foreign exchange."
Well, but they were big. No, because Nicolay wasn't famous.
Yeah,
Nicolay wasn't famous. He became famous because of Foreign Exchange.
Right.
One of my favorite groups. Like that's on my list of get me out the house groups.
Yeah.
Me and the wife are going to see Robert Glasper in a few months. I'm super excited.
Robert
Glasper.
Who's Robert?
The jazz.
Oh, the jazz guy.
Yeah.
Where's he going to be?
Downtown.
Okay.
Downtown Philly. Like, he was on my list of people that would get me out the house.
Oh.
But Foreign Exchange is also on that list. I've been waiting for Foreign Exchange to come in the Philadelphia area for like 8 years.
You're not going to go see the Kid and Play show that's coming to Philadelphia? You're not racing to get tickets.
I'm not racing to get tickets.
To get
I might
Kid and Play
leisurely stroll and see how many are available.
And Tough Crew.
And the Tough Crew. No,
okay.
I'm not.
Lady B Basement Party.
Yeah. But Foreign Exchange is
that's a good group.
It's a good pull. But again, he became famous in Foreign Exchange.
All right.
You should probably talk about something because now I'll sit and talk.
You will talk about Foreign Exchange,
or just this kind of thing. Because now that's interesting. Like, to me, it's an interesting twist on the question.
What
was there a black supergroup?
Yeah, no, there wasn't. I mean, the truth of it, more often than not, groups break up.
Right.
Unfortunately,
right.
They don't even get to be super themselves.
Right.
Oh, now here's an interesting one though. The action figure expert asked a question about whatever happened to people like SWV, Jade, or Escape. Escape is not a supergroup, but they have done well outside of Escape, the individual members.
Right.
So, I certainly, they weren't a supergroup, and as well as they have done individually, I think only one of them is maybe bigger than she was with Escape.
Right.
But they have done pretty well. And as far as I know, I think they actually, which you don't hear of in black groups, still get along.
I mean, I think so.
I think they do.
Like, they were just on stuff together.
Yeah. So
that's
pretty cool.
Like, I think all of these groups had beef until they start looking at their check accounts and said, all right, we need to figure something out and get together.
Make some moves.
And EPMD is going to tour again.
That makes no sense. Anyway, we got let's see. I'm just looking through the topic list here. I want to make sure that we cover everything
or cover what we can.
Well, exactly. Someone asked us to give our thoughts on Loki on Disney Plus. Are you up to date on Loki?
Are you?
I am up to date on Loki. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's trippy, but it's not as trippy as WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
It's serious enough. It's certainly not Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got some serious moments. And I actually can't believe that I'm in. I did not think I was going to enjoy it as much as I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And is it Tom Hiddleston?
Yes,
He looks like he's having a ball.
he does.
He looks like he's having an absolute ball. He doesn't have to share the screen with anybody. He's there to eat all the scenery.
Yeah,
and he is having an absolute ball doing it.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
I like it. I think it's a little talky.
Maybe,
but the set design is so amazing that when Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson, like it's like the script says, let's show how clever the both of you are.
Yeah.
And you get those 5-minute sort of jags of talking. I find myself looking at the background at like the wallpaper.
Right.
In the phones and the monitors and stuff, because I think the set design is the real star for me.
It is. It is. But and also I am enjoying seeing Umi Musaku.
Oh, always.
And a huge favorite here on the mission, Gugu and Bathara.
I'm so happy that both of them are getting some Marvel shine.
Get them Disney checks.
Right. And get that shine.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And also especially for in Bathara, because more often than not, when I see her, it's kind of more serious, more dramatic.
Yeah.
And this is definitely, she's just having a little fun, even though she's not comedic in any way, but she's still fun.
Right.
You know, so it's certainly a lot lighter fare.
Yeah.
Which is why at first I almost didn't recognize her. I was like, I know that face.
Right.
Like, I'm used to seeing, I need that face to scowl for a second.
Right.
Google and Battle Rob.
There you go.
That's how I know it is.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it. I can't believe I'm actually really, really having fun with Loki, and I'm looking forward to continuing that on. Okay.
He said okay.
This question is from me.
From you or for you?
It's from me.
Why are you asking questions on the bench?
For you.
We talk all the time. Like, okay,
well, because I'm asking you.
All right, go ahead.
I want to know.
All right, go ahead.
And it's an age-old question.
Oh, Lord have mercy. What?
Okay.
What, Lynn? What?
What's wrong with fruity drinks?
Oh, for God's sake.
Now, I asked this.
Oh, Lord have mercy on my soul. I need a drink. Go ahead. Go ahead, Lynn. Go ahead.
I asked this because I went out the other day.
Here goes Lynn on his. It's time for Lynn and his fruity drink stories.
I went.
You ever notice there's always a story around you and these fruity ass drinks? I was getting a pedicure. We had stopped at the Cheesecake Factory. And I said, it's the middle of the day, but I really want a piece of the pineapple cheesecake. And I said, oh, that's so bad. But I had it. And as I was sitting and the girl was working on my feet, they brought out a tray of drinks. And I want to know, why can't I have a daffodil slushie? Go ahead, Lynn. Go ahead.
So I went out on Saturday with a friend of mine to a hair salon.
See, if you were like, damn, this is really being a dick. Like, why is he being such a dick about this? But I wasn't. I just know how this works. See? And I don't know, like you always back me into the corner like I'm some caveman or something. This ain't even who I am. Go ahead. So you were at the hair salon.
Right there, hair salon.
Uh-huh.
And like they were celebrating like opening back up,
Right,
letting
right.
people in,
Right,
So
right,
that's
right.
the event of it all, right? And they were serving drinks.
Yes, yes, yes.
So they were making martinis,
Okay.
and I had a watermelon martini.
Oh no, okay. So it wasn't a martini.
They said it was a martini. I didn't make the drink.
Just because it's in a martini glass, that's not.
They said it was a martini,
so
and it was a watermelon martini, and I liked it.
Gin or vodka, forsooth, shaken or stirred in ice, poured in a martini glass with an olive, perhaps a twist of lemon, depending on where you.
That's
are.
a martini.
That's a martini.
I don't know how they made this.
Yeah, and
they just brought me
the fact that it had watermelon in it.
There's not a watermelon gin.
No, it's not. Gin or vodka with some vermouth.
There's watermelon vodka
with ice.
There is watermelon vodka though.
Poured into a glass.
There is watermelon vodka.
With
so perhaps
olives.
they made this with watermelon vodka. Well, okay.
All right.
So
go ahead. So you had a watermelon martini.
Well, I had 3.
You had 3 watermelon martinis, and you enjoyed.
And I enjoyed it.
Okay. All right.
But
what you want from me?
Well, here's the thing. Because
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Because you're you're my partner, and you're one of my best friends. As I was drinking, admittedly, the third one,
right?
Your voice was in my head.
Hey, that wasn't my voice. I was minding my business.
It was your voice in my head. And it was just saying, look at your bitch ass with this.
See? I did not say that.
But you would have.
No, I would not have.
Yes, you would have.
I would not have said. I may have looked at you, but I would not have used that type of language.
My eyes would have.
Look, hey man, if you like it, I love it.
I enjoyed it. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there who like
watermelon martinis. Here's the thing. My overall problem with fruity drinks is that oftentimes a lot of them flavors and things and bells and whistles is to hide cheap liquor.
Okay, fair enough. I see that.
So all jokes aside, like any type of flavored anything with these drinks, a lot of times is to hide cheap liquor.
Okay.
And as I say, I've been saying since I was probably 25, I'm too old to drink cheap liquor.
Fair enough.
So there's that.
Fair enough.
Second, you gotta watch them sweet fruity, and you just said it like this was the middle of the day. You threw back 3 of them.
I mean, it didn't do nothing to me. It was Kool-Aid,
right? But still, you gotta because it's sweet.
Vince, I can drink 4 Long Island iced teas and have no problem.
Well, see, but
I know you don't think much of a Long Island.
No,
iced tea
but
either.
why are you like? You gotta watch y'all like my dad had a story. I would tell you my dad had a band. I told you my dad had.
Yes, I do remember that. Yes,
my dad used to tell this story that he was playing at this frat house because they were in the South. So my dad band was basically between Mobile, Alabama, and the New Orleans area.
Mm-hmm.
So he would play at these frat houses, I guess the University of Louisiana, and my dad talked about he played this gig. And it's Louisiana, so it's hot as shit. And he said it was performing, it was just hot, and there was this tub that they had,
okay,
with punch in it, with a punch in it, and he said,
of course.
And my dad said that they kept bringing him these cups of punch because he was so hot and everybody was sweating. And my dad said after a while, he didn't remember anything.
That's what happened.
And the next thing he remembered was waking up the next day on the front lawn of the frat house. Now, this is a story my father told me since I was like 4 or 5 years old, because there are no boundaries in the 70s. You just tell your children anything. So he said you gotta watch all that sweet stuff, gotta watch all them sweet drinks. And then, of course, like many of us have this story. You remember, you go away. At least to me, it happened like freshman year, like Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I remember,
which comes in flavors now.
Well, it was always kind of fruity and flavorful.
True.
But I
true.
remember like my first weekend there, it was a girl straight up passed out in the hallway, and her girls had to move her head so that
she wouldn't like vomit
on herself
or suffocate.
Right. And I remember being like 17, 18 going, oh, wow, my dad is right. So of course I went through cranberry and vodka and do all that, but I've always been weary of like you got to watch drinking liquor that hides the fact that you drinking liquor.
So you want to know that I'm drinking liquor. I want to
know, right. So if I'm sipping some bourbon neat, I know what's like I'm sipping some bourbon.
Gotcha.
And if it's nice bourbon, it goes down smooth because I'm too old to drink cheap liquor. So but if you like it, I've been known to drink a Manhattan or an old fashioned. Those are sweet. So
I've actually never had a Manhattan or an old fashioned.
Oh, well, there you go. We'll have to get you an old fashioned. It's sweet. You'll like it.
So much judgment.
Just walk right into that, though. You walked right into it. Like you walked right into it. Like I painted the tunnel on the side of the mountain and you ran right into it.
So much judgment. Anyway.
But just enjoy your watermelon martini. Whatever other free shit you drinking. Go somewhere. We go out, go somewhere. And says, I'll have something with you have it. I was like, Knob Creek, neat. Len, well, I'll have it. Looks like this is a new umbrella.
No, I won't. I told you I like whiskey now. I like the well, it's honey. It's honey Jack.
Look at you, sounding like Shug Avery. I's drinking whiskey now. Look, Daddy, I's a whiskey drinker. Look at you, looking like Margaret Avery in purple, in the color purple, running out to the street to show her daddy she's changed her ways.
Coming down the aisle of church.
Right. It don't matter. You still got that nasty woman's disease.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right.
And see, now I'm back to talking about movies, which is what I said at the very beginning.
That is what you said at the very beginning, Vince. You're absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right. Hey, we do have a little piece of announcement that we want to put out there to the missionaries watching us in the Binge Lounge for weeks. No, let's make it months. You have been waiting for Vincent and I to return to our Star Trek podcast, Spock Adjacent.
Yes.
Well, we're not doing that, but
that's how you're going to frame the announcement. You've had a watermelon martini, haven't you? I can drink 3 of them and don't feel anything. Oh boy. Famous last words.
However, the weekend of July 17th and the 18th, Vincent and I, the Michelle Mission, will be proud to be part of the IDIC Podcast Festival, hosted by the Women at Warp podcast, which is a great Star Trek podcast in and of its own right. This week-long virtual event honors the Star Trek principle of infinite diversity in infinite combinations, thus IDIC, by celebrating and amplifying the diverse voices of our fandom through a series of live podcasts. And Vincent and I will be part of the programming. I believe our presentation is going to be on Sunday, July 18th, but they're still finalizing the schedule right now. You can go to womenatwarp.com for information on the IDIC Podcast Festival presented by Women at Warp. The Micheaux Mission will be part of the extravaganza. And just to give you a taste, George Cremona will love this. He's our resident big time Star Trek head. To give you a taste of exactly what we will be speaking about at the event, our session is titled The Micheaux Mission Presents Geordi LaForge and the Curious Case of Leah Brahms.
Yes.
Synopsis. As huge fans of all things Trek, the men of the Micheaux Mission have long appreciated the show's diligence in presenting masculine figures of different hues, sizes, and persuasions. Yet, in the misstep of Galaxy's Child from the Next Generation's 4th season, the Enterprise swerves our good brother, Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge, into some toxic and icky waters.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That is going to be big fun. So check out womenatwarp.com for information about IDIC Podcast Festival coming the weekend of July 17th and the 18th. Just this year. Just in a couple of weeks.
You know, at the risk of steering us into your tank theories, it was always kind of weird to not weird, but kind
turn
of
that mic a little bit towards you.
It kind of made me interested, like how often they didn't talk about the actual implications of the holodeck.
There you go.
Like, you know, they were using it for sex stuff all the time.
Oh, you know,
like all the time.
Yes.
But they, I mean, I guess you couldn't really, but
I mean, what were they going to do though?
I mean, but they rarely dealt with it at all.
Well, in a way they did.
And this episode with Geordi kind of
probably is the most hard lean.
Right. Like they lean, and it comes out of like you said, this was the 4th season.
I know. They were like,
so they had been on, like they were
up and running.
Right. Like new generation people will tell you, this is the primo period.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th, 5th season.
Yeah. Cause I can't remember whether or not the 4th season Roddenberry is still alive or not, because they start to kind of like start changing over things.
A good question.
Once he passes away, because even though even though his name was still involved and his power was lessening and lessening, he still had a bit of a hold.
I've heard that theory, and I've never matched it up myself, but I have heard the theory that once Gene Roddenberry himself passed,
oh yeah,
it hit its stride.
Yeah, because you actually can see it, especially in TNG, because it is at that point that just the beginnings of some friction. Not saying people didn't like each other, but just some friction amongst them. They start acting human.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just like these ciphers, which is what they pretty much were for the first couple of seasons.
But this episode ages worse.
Worse than the African one?
Not worse than the African one.
Yeah, nothing ages.
But it's an icky episode. Like I caught it on a humble. Like I remember when it came on, and I was like just real quick, and then we're gonna get off of Star Trek because we're not going. But Geordi LaForge basically has a crush on a woman that he's never met. So he kind of takes interviews and stuff and programs it into a holodeck hologram and basically romances it. And I remember when the episode came on, I was like, this is icky.
Yeah.
And then the follow-up episode where she finally shows up.
That's right.
You know, she actually shows up and she's like,
that one feels weirdly weird.
Right. Because he's like, oh, I know you like, butterscotch ice cream and something. She's like, what the hell is going on with you, man? But anyway, we'll be talking about all of that.
Well, just one last thing, because we won't be talking about this necessarily. Robert Monroe says that Quark brings up sex in the hollow suites on DS9 all the time. So that's probably like DS9, really the leaning.
Yeah.
In DS9
I feel like, wasn't there an implication that prostitution on DS9 used to fold in the holodeck?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Deep Space Nine was a whole different.
It was a whole
different beast.
Gene Roddenberry was long gone.
Right.
They was cutting it up.
Right.
It's like, what do you mean as a brother of the captain? What?
Oh.
Anyway, it's not going to go there. Not going to go there. Okay. Be quiet, George Cremona. I'm going to have to edit that out. George Cremona is just... I'm not even going to put it up.
Oh, good. Probably for the best.
I'm not even putting it up. All right. Honestly, I think that was all the topics that I had.
So we covered stuff.
We actually did cover stuff.
We did. Is anything you want to talk about? Anything that we haven't covered that you wanted to talk about?
No, nothing I can think about. Nothing. No, nothing I can. No. How about you?
I think we've covered. We've talked about. We didn't talk about prequels and sequels. And,
you did
and
kind
properties. Sort of.
You didn't bring that up. I didn't know exactly where you were going with.
No. I'm always.
Because you saw the. Did you see the trailer for the Sopranos?
Yeah,
prequel?
for the Sopranos prequel.
You saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Does it even look like anything?
I mean, I think there are probably some references that were supposed to strike certain beats.
Mm-hmm.
And I just haven't watched The Sopranos in so long that I know I missed some of them.
A prequel to The Sopranos.
Right.
So how far back does it go?
It's Tony as a teenager.
Oh, I don't want to see
that.
Like
Tony, I think, is a senior in high school.
Oh, please. I am not watching that.
And I mean, it looks solid enough. I think David Chase is doing it. But
what's it, Sopranos, the Archie years? I don't want to see that. Like if it was maybe Junior, his uncle Junior, at that age, but at that age, right. At maybe, as him as a teenager, right. Let's go all the way back there. But I don't even see Tony as a teenager. I don't care about that.
I mean, God damn it! I think you're about to back me into being interested in it. One of the plots that I wanted them to do more with was this detail that Uncle Junior had been passed over. Like it's very Shakespearean that Uncle Junior was. I don't know if he was Tony's younger brother. Tony's father's younger brother, or he just didn't get to tap like Tony's father did. But they used to talk about in the first couple of seasons the fact that Tony was the boss and Junior had basically been skipped over.
Yeah, but
which is very Shakespearean.
No. That's true. But here's the thing. In the first couple of seasons of The Sopranos, Tony is not the boss. Somebody else is the boss.
No, he's the boss.
Tony in the first couple of seasons, he's not because the boss, I think actually maybe in the first season is this older guy who not older. He's like around Tony's age, but he dies. And then everybody assumes that it's then going to go to Junior because he's kind of like the senior of that crew.
Is that?
But it goes, season? Yeah. But then it goes to Tony. But Tony says, we're going to basically put you up, Junior, as the guy, even though everything's truly going to be funneling through me. Yeah, I just like rewatched.
I realized as you're talking, I'm realizing I haven't watched The Sopranos in forever.
Yeah, and I probably rewatched The Sopranos once every couple of years because it is a magnificent show.
Yeah.
Stupid how good that show still holds up. It's a very good show. So yeah, that's what happened. But I don't want to see a prequel to the Sopranos. And if I did, it wouldn't be Tony as a like young James Gandolfini. I don't want to see.
Well, his son's playing him.
I really don't want to see it.
Yeah,
I really don't want to see it. No, I don't want to see it.
But again, I'm always kind of fascinated with the ways they like we were talking about.
I'm sorry. Can you get
like this? How's this?
Yeah, like
how's
just
this?
turn it. Yeah. So
it's
right. Angled.
It's week 2 in the studio, folks.
Yeah,
week 2.
See, that's why because the headphones, so you can
the headphones
should be able to hear. Like, I'm not hearing
the camera.
myself.
But now I gotta move over to the camera. The camera's there. It's week 2, folks. So now I move the whole mic.
There you go. Move the whole mic. There you go, Vince.
Mic.
That's what I gave you. There you go.
And mic and all right.
You wanted independence, so now you got independence.
All right. We mentioned very quickly my favorite example of it with the Planet of the Apes.
Your favorite example of prequels?
Of studios figuring out how to continue a property.
Okay.
Even though it has come to its natural end.
So which Planet of the Apes are you talking about?
The direct. Okay, let's be clear. When I actually say the Planet of the Apes without any type of modifier, or I'm talking about the real Planet of the Apes, which is the one from the 70s.
Charlton Heston.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's only in 2 of them.
Right.
Right. So apparently Charlton Heston, his contract, he was contracted to be in the sequel, and that's Beneath the Planet of the Apes. But in Beneath, he's in the very beginning and he's in the very end. Okay. Because he didn't want to do it.
Okay.
It's just a contractual thing. And apparently part of the negotiation was that this is the end of these damn Planet Apes movies. And
which of course it was not.
Well, he as part of negotiating, he blew up the Planet of Apes at the end of Beneath the Planet of Apes. But then the third one starts, and come to find out that some apes escaped from the Planet of Apes, I believe is the third one. Some apes, escaped and went through time and ended up on modern day Earth.
Oh, interesting. It's been so long since
and
I've
then
seen
it basically starts all over again, because at the end of Escape, they kill the 2 apes. And the baby survives, and the last shot is the baby going, I think the baby's going mama or dad. So the implication is that the baby is a super intelligent ape, like his parents. And then the fourth one is I think
My Mama the Ape.
I think that might be Battle, which, just fair warning, we'll be doing one Octavia April, because Battle is the one about the ape uprising, but both the director and the film writer paralleled it on the Watts uprisings.
So that's your link.
That's my link. Like, apparently, if you look at footage from the Watts uprising,
oh boy,
it is shot for shot.
Oh boy,
with shots from Battle of the Planet of the Apes or War I forget what the name of it is, and they did extensive interviews where they talked about it, and it's enough that
I don't know, Vince.
I'm just letting you know it's coming.
Vince. That's
just letting you know.
I think we're going to be touching some icky waters here.
Well, who else should touch him? Who should touch him?
We're going to be saying a Planet of the Apes movie is a black film.
Who should be doing it more than us, though?
Well, I guess
like a bunch of people have done it already. Like I said, there's a fair amount of scholarship about this. I don't know how many black people. Here's the thing: I don't know how many black people have actually talked about this.
No, that's fair enough.
Fair enough. I'm not saying no black people have ever talked about it, but usually because I'm an ape guy. Like I love the Planet Apes, and when I read about Planet Apes and I read about, I should probably.
Here we go.
No. I mean, look. I mean, we're
binging.
It's a binge lounge. What you want? I can't believe they're on some type of tangent on the binge lounge. They're talking.
Just catching up with some of the people out here. I see Summer Willow is in.
Hey, what's up, Summer?
Out there in the chats, and George Carmona says that Caesar is hidden away in a circus. Robert Monroe says Battle for the Planet of the Apes is deep.
See?
Aaron Fry says that Alien Nation is a black film.
I see Alien Nation is more about
Lou Gossett does not make it a black film.
Well, the thing about Alien Nation is I see that more along the lines of sort of the classic immigration tale.
Right.
Like, to me, that's more of an Ellis Island assimilation tale than it would be a black movie. But yeah, I think I am talking about Conquest. Let me
I'll let you look that up. And then
Screenwriter Paul Dern wrote the film, incorporating references to the racial conflicts in North America during the early 1970s. Yeah, it's Conquest.
So that's Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
Conquest is the Planet of the Apes.
Who stars in Conquest of the Planet of the Apes?
Roddy McDowall, of course, because
he's an ape.
He's almost in over all of them. Let me just skip to the end. I think the only real prominent black person in it is Harry Rhodes.
Okay.
I think Harry Rhodes plays, I think that's the dude who plays the mayor. But Ricardo Montalban is in it. It's really interesting. And again, as a way to talk about it, talk about
what
race.
year is that?
That is 1972.
72?
Yeah, 1972.
Wow.
Dude, because they were bang, bang, bang.
That's right. They were. They was like almost like one every
right.
year.
Escape
almost.
was 70. Escape was 71.
Yeah.
This was 72. Battle was 73.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then that was right. So Planet came out in 68. Beneath, which I was just talking about, is 1970. Escape, which Robert Monroe was just talking about, where they hid in the circus, was 71. Conquest is 72, and then Battle is 73.
Farrell Blackwell has a question. Do any of the Friday the 13th prequel or sequels count as black films?
I don't know because I haven't seen them.
I don't think so.
You all quick to say I don't think so. You don't know?
I know. No, they don't. They don't.
I mean, I haven't seen them, so you know. I don't know.
George Kimona says, Vince, all you need is a fruity drink to make this happen. Shut up, George.
Here, Len, have this fruity drink while I bring it on.
You know, Mr. Manly Drink, I was thinking about this, though. The couple of times that we have gotten together for like a show mission or type of situation where we were going to be drinking.
Yes.
Who's the one that always had a sick little tummy?
I was about to say I was actually sick both times.
Yeah. Who's the one that had the little tummy ache, couldn't drink? I don't feel good.
I almost threw up on that boy at the Black Panther viewing. Like, it was nothing but my love for black people that got me to the bathroom. Because I did not want to throw up on that little boy and that be his memory of Black Panther. I was so sick during the Black Panther view. I was so sick. And I barely even remember it because I remember we had to do something like
we did.
We stood up and did something.
Yeah, we had to go to Amalgam.
Right. I was so sick.
And we had the Vibranium. What's the drink that Summer came out with? I think it was the
I don't remember.
It was Vibranium. I can't remember what the drink she came out with.
I know I just kept giving it to my nephew because I couldn't.
No, you were not.
Oh, I was so sick. And my clearest memory was like this 12-year-old kid sitting on the other side of me. And I was like, I cannot throw up on this kid. And that be his memory from Black Panther.
I remember that. That was funny. That was really funny. We got to see. Well, we got to do something where we drink. Okay. Because you've never drank with me. I've never seen you podcast. I've never seen you podcast and drink.
Yeah, not podcast.
I want to see you podcast under the influence. I want to see it.
All right, we'll see.
Because honestly, the times that and to be fair, the times that we have been together, we're drinking, you're usually hosting. So you're not drinking, but so much.
I mean, I'm drinking enough.
Well, you don't seem like maybe.
Hold my liquor.
No, my liquor. Whatever.
You know, we did drink. We did drink on a podcast.
When
we did Clockers with Dorian, we were drinking.
Oh yeah, we did.
Remember, we were drinking.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I don't remember that. I
right.
guess that's why.
See,
we were.
See, yeah, we were drinking.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. All right. Well, I want to drink again.
All right.
I want to drink some whiskey.
All right.
All right. Well. Well, I think we've binged.
So have we binged?
I believe we've binged.
I believe we have binged.
I believe we have binged.
Are you not entertained?
Hey, you know what else Vince hates?
Oh my God.
Vince hates guests, and boy, do we have a ton of guests coming.
How you just gonna put me that.
It's not that Vince hates guests. No, I joke. I jest.
Yes.
I jest. Vince loves all our guests.
Yes.
And we have some great guests coming your way in the next couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Next week on the Binge Lounge.
No, it's on
the Michelle Mission.
Michelle Mission. See, sure you want to drink?
And drink it. Special water.
Right.
Next week on the Michelle Mission, it's going to be Vince's selection.
Yes. And
we are going to be watching
New Jersey Drive.
Yes, which is actually a film. When I was looking it up, I'm not sure I actually have ever seen it. I think I've always had the soundtrack.
You know what? We can talk about that because I think there's a reason.
Yeah,
I think there's a reason.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I had the soundtrack. Then the week after that, we have a very, very special guest who you will probably instantly recognize, ladies and gentlemen, from season 6 of American Idol. Melinda Doolittle is going to be joining us virtually on the Michelle Mission to review Annie.
That's right.
From 2014.
That's right.
And then the week after that,
in the programming,
we are going to have a very special guest, writer, producer Mark Bernardin.
Yes,
is going to be coming on to promote his brand new comic book Adora. But for all of our Star Trek fans, you may know that name as one of the producers on Star Trek Picard.
Yes.
So he's going to be joining us on the show.
Make
Mission.
It so.
And then the week after that,
and then another week,
we are going to have a returning guest to the Michelle Mission.
Family at this point.
Amen. Maori Holmes of the Black Star Film Festival will be joining us. And I think she's actually bringing guests with her to a review from 2020, Miss Juneteenth.
Yes.
Which is a film I'm really interested in.
I do love it when the guests pick good films. I'm looking forward to all 3 of these films.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even say what Mark Bernardin, we're going to be reviewing Inside Man.
Yes.
Which is another film I've never seen.
Interesting.
I've never seen that film.
Love Inside Man.
I've heard nothing but great things for it. And
Man.
I've just never.
Chiwetel Ejiofor in Denzel Washington in the Spike Lee joint.
Jodie
Foster.
Is it a Spike Lee joint?
We will talk about all of that.
That's my question about that.
Yeah.
That's my question about that. So I'm looking forward to the month of July here on
Clive Owen. Clive Owen.
Clive Owens is in that too as well. Yeah, I'm a fan of Clive Owens.
Starred, speaking of my favorite science fiction films, one of my favorite science fiction films of the past
Children of Men.
Children of Men.
He's star of one of my favorite action films, Shoot 'Em Up.
Okay. So
which is just a big Bugs Bunny cartoon come to life.
Clive Owen fans in here.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll be fun. All right. Let us know what you thought of this binge lounge and everything that we'd be binging about. Ladies and gentlemen, hit us up. Farrell Blackwell said, Len, your Friday the 13th answer broke Miguel Nunez's heart.
I didn't know Miguel Nunez was in them Friday the 13th prequels.
Who knew? Look.
Leslie Odom is in the Sopranos movie.
Is he playing Sam Cooke?
No. I think he's playing a black gangster. Right, exactly. So he's not in the series. So you know how he's going to fare in this prequel.
Yeah. Yeah. I really don't want to see no Sopranos sequel. If anything, I'll probably just catch up on Godfather of Harlem.
Which I still have not seen. I got to figure out.
Because it's on Epix.
Yeah.
Nobody's got Epix.
I know we talked about that. You got to do American Gangster. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's so many movies.
There's a ton of movies. There are a ton of. We haven't done American Gangster.
No, we haven't done American Gangster.
We haven't done it because you pointed out the other.
We haven't done Hoodlum. Like you talking about black gangster movies. Like it's a bunch of them.
Well, I think I know that Arson, the voice of reason, Super Triple from the Black Tribbles, and the one half of the rapping duo in Gangsta Grass,
Yes,
the hip hop bluegrass group that actually is performing tonight as we speak on America's Got Talent.
Yes, sir.
So I'm really interested in checking out to see how they fare. He is actually interested in coming onto the show, I believe, with his partner Dolio. They wanted to do deep cover, but when he found out that we had already done deep cover, so now he wants to look up another movie. I think he actually may have said Hoodlum. I think he may actually have said Hoodlum as his alternative. So.
I caught like 30 minutes of Hoodlum a couple of months ago, and I was like, this is good. I forgot how good this was.
Yeah, it's low key, like very like a pretty.
Yeah, and it's a period piece.
Yeah. Decent film. So yeah.
So programming.
Yeah, we're programming.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yes. So email us at themishowmission@gmail.com. Go to themishowmission.com. 2 Men 1 Podcast. Every black film ever made. Give us all your thoughts and comments. Like and follow us on all the social media at Me Show Mission, and check out the Podglomerate. They make podcasts work. thepodglomerate.com. All right. I think that's about it.
All right.
I think we're done.
I don't think we're going to sign off like that, but
we don't really have a bingy sound off.
It is done.
I think we do, but we certainly don't remember what it is.
It is done. You ever go to the 7 last words? Like, I forget what the 7 last words were, but I thought like it is. Is it like it is done? Like the 7 words that Jesus said when he died. You have no idea what I'm talking about. You never went to the 7 last words. Like
went to the 7 last words.
Well, it is a tradition, I think, in the Baptist church where 7 preachers do a sermon around Jesus's 7 last words.
Okay.
One of my boys, his dad was a preacher. I went to 7 last words once. We were in there for 3 weeks.
That sounds like a kind of like a revival type of thing.
Well, because each preacher, of course, tries to outdo the one before him.
Yeah.
So when you said it is, I think we're done, I actually got little halves a little bit. It made me flashback. I fooled around.
A trigger for
7
you.
last words with my.
It's one of the words that triggers you. Sorry, no, I'm not even familiar with that. I grew up in Baptist church.
Yeah. 7 last words.
Yeah.
7 last words.
Never heard of that.
They got me one time,
and that's all it took.
Got me. I was like on the 4th word, and I said, "Yeah, you got me. But all right.
Yeah.
You never lose. You always learn."
One last question, Damon Williams.
Hey, it's my brother,
and this is why I'm going to it.
He asking me a question. I just talked to him earlier.
It's a question for us. I mean, I think he's talking to us.
Oh, he's talking to us.
It's not just about you, Vince.
Where's my baseball glove?
With the exception of the Game of Thrones ending, why wouldn't you trust a Sopranos prequel? It's not that I wouldn't trust a Sopranos prequel. Is that I don't care. I don't need it. I don't, and especially if you are going to do a Sopranos prequel, I don't want it to be Tony centric. If it's going to be a prequel, then let me see his pop. Let me see Junior as a kid. Let me see, even further back than that. Maybe just see New Jersey gangsterism and how that started. You know what I mean? And Sopranos is just a family that gets mentioned there.
Right.
I don't need to see young Tony.
I actually saw something that said that it may be the way that the trailer is cut, that it looks like it's Tony centric.
But it's really
apparently
not.
when it first came up, it was supposed to be talking about, it's like a dude named Dom or something, like who apparently was the head of the family.
Probably at that time.
And it was supposed to be about him and basically what you're saying, like the Sopranos were just
one of the families.
But the trailer is all Tony and like Uncle Junior and his mother.
Well, I mean, that's what they got to sell.
Right.
I don't want to see that. Just like I don't watch Alfred. You know, Pennyworth.
Oh, I don't. Stop. I don't watch any of that.
I don't watch that. I don't.
Well, here's a question. I know we got to go. I guess it's the binge lounge. I guess there's no real rules. It's the binge lounge. There are no parameters.
Yeah, this is the after sign off content.
Is there any approach to mafia, organized crime that you think you'd be interested in? Like in my mind, you got obviously The Godfather and The Godfather 2. Mm-hmm. You've got Goodfellas. Mm-hmm. You've got The Sopranos. Mm-hmm. You've got not Wise Guys.
Who's in it?
How did I just forget the one with Al Pacino?
Scarface?
No, not Scarface. Donnie Brasco.
Like
in my mind, Donnie Brasco is a great.
Yes, definitely.
I don't
do you need anything else?
Outside of those four, everything
else is derivative
or just a pale
imitation of them. Yeah, I think the only one I will put in there that is not an imitation, but it's not the Italian mob, is Once Upon a Time in America.
Right. Well, I meant the Italian mob. I mean,
but I know, you're talking about
organized crime. We go right to that.
So, is there anything?
Is there anything I could sell you?
No, because because even Casino is just warmed over Goodfellas,
right?
And to me, what's that movie with
is it Lethal Weapon 2?
With Jack Nicholson and Leonardo DiCaprio. I just drew a blank on. I can't pull it. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
And Mark Wahlberg.
I'm going to know it as soon as you say it, but I don't.
I can't pull it. I'm waiting for somebody.
About to say the Michelle Mind.
The Departed.
Oh, I never saw it.
It's a good movie, okay. but The Departed is a remake of a Korean or Japanese mob movie. Yeah, I think Japanese. Is definitely a remake of an Asian film. I can't think of any. No, there's nothing else mafia even could even do anything for me. No, they're all just, I'm good, you know, I don't really need even the black drug dealer movies anymore.
Right.
Because
absolutely.
Well, one, because I got The Wire, and once I got The Wire, I don't even need it. Dog. Yeah, I don't even need it, dog. I don't even need it. So
it is interesting. You have these genres that these creators come in and basically close the door. Mm-hmm. They say, this is all you're ever going to need for this. And then the door is closed. So in my mind, when you said, I'm just not interested in something about a prequel to The Sopranos. And the irony is The Sopranos is part of the reason you don't need, The Sopranos helped close the door. Of course, I guess they said the same thing before The Sopranos came out. You got Godfather, you got Goodfellas. Really, Godfather and Goodfellas, everyone was everything that needs to be said has been said.
Yes, but to their credit, The Sopranos does say something different.
Right, but I'm saying if someone had tried to sell it to me before then, I would have said, and I'm sure I did before The Sopranos came on.
Right.
I said, well, everyone said everything they need to say about the Italian mafia.
Okay, one last thing, and then
we're really going to go. Gotta go
because somebody put in the chat. Since there are no real rules tonight, I just wanted to let you know that they've just announced the next verses for this coming Thursday.
Okay, who's it going to be?
Keith Sweat versus Bobby Brown.
My gut is to be angry about how they're going to disrespect Bobby Brown like that. But people love Keith Sweat.
A lot of people love Keith Sweat.
People love Keith Sweat. I must begrudgingly admit that's a good matchup.
It's a good matchup because people love Keith Sweat.
Right.
It's not a good matchup because as much Keith Sweat, like Bobby's got a couple slower kind of like lover songs that he can throw out there, but then he's got the fast joints too.
Right.
Keith is almost all slow.
Yeah, but I mean, just sort of hit to hit.
And a lot of his any Keith Sweat that I even cape for even a little bit are duets.
Right.
So like I don't know how truly fair that is. I mean, but God bless him, whatever.
I have to say, this is the closest I've come to wanting to see one. I'm always up for Bobby.
Nah, I don't know if I want to see Bobby right now.
I'm always up for Bobby.
I don't know if I want to see Bobby right now.
Looks great.
I haven't seen him in a long time, so
he
perhaps.
Looks great.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
This new marriage has worked out well. Like he looks like he's eating right.
Really?
And drinking his water.
Okay.
And getting his sleep.
Okay.
Bobby looks great.
He got a dental plan?
I mean, I don't care about his teeth.
Well, his teeth.
I don't care. I just want him to be healthy and be.
Well, I do want him to be healthy.
Right.
I do want him to be healthy because, first of all, I kid, but I like Bobby Brown. Right. I enjoy Bobby Brown. I like a lot of his music, and I also recognize the demons that he had to fight in his life, and the tragedy.
Yes,
that he's had to fight in his life. Because didn't he? Because I think he just recently lost someone else. He just lost his son. Yeah. So, So you can't help but root for the guy. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I will watch this, but it sounds like
I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I said it's the closest I've come to saying, "Oh, that sounds kind of interesting." Oh,
yeah. You've
never episode of Rick and Morty that I've only seen 3 times.
You've not watched any of the verses.
Any of them.
The only one I watched was Jill Scott versus Erykah Badu.
Right, and if Jilly didn't get me to turn on if Jill ain't gonna get me to turn on the computer,
So there you go. But for all of y'all, check it out.
I'm happy that people have things that they enjoy.
All right. Okay.
There you go. That's a nice way to sign off.
I think so.
We're happy that people have things that they enjoy.
Okay. Well,
Tank, fruity drinks, and the Friday the 13th prequels. We're happy that people have things that they enjoy.
Which clip do you think Toya is going to pull from this episode? He looks like a porn star.
Hopefully not the Tank one, because I ain't trying to have no problems with Tank.
We're gonna have problems with Tank.
I'm just saying, I don't want to have no problems.
Look, the women love him.
All right, that's all he needs. All right.
Dude. And obviously, he loves the women.
Go ahead, wrap it up.
We wrapped it up 20 minutes ago. Okay. So I'm gonna just turn off the cameras.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Oh, I'm in the broadcast.